Hello, is this Ms. Martha Woods? My name is Sten Vermund. I'm calling from the Texas State Department of Health.
Health department? Oh, there ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. I don't have that bug that's going around. I'm fine.
Oh, Mrs. Woods, I'm so glad to hear that. Are you able to stay in your home and have enough food and have enough company in terms of people calling and this sort of thing? Or are you pretty much on your own? And I just want to find out how you're doing.
I got a lot of food here, mostly canned food. I've been afraid to go to the grocery store, so been using mostly what I have here. I'm not in my own house, actually. I live in an assisted living complex full of old fogies like myself, and my daughter didn't think that would be the best place to be nowadays. So she brought me out to the cabin. We have a little cabin, been in the family a while. So there's a lot of canned food here, and we have some neighbors. But let me tell you, they are not friendly. I walked outside the other day to look at a cardinal, and this lady, my neighbor, started shouting at me, "You go back to Houston. We haven't had a case here, and we don't need one. You just go right back on to where you come from." Let me tell you, that hurt my feelings. How people can be, and there's bad omens too. My daughter comes to visit, but she won't touch me, won't give her own mama a hug. And on her way up here, she hit a red cardinal with her car. Usually they fly out of the way, but not this one. Not this time. This whole thing is just so sad and awful. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, it sounds like you're kind of on your own. How often is your daughter able to call or visit?
She comes by probably every other day, but we can't really be together. She brings me food, but she always stays outside. I've been pretty much by myself. I miss the little things, just passing people in the street and saying hello.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about those neighbors and the fact that you're on your own. I wonder if it'd be nice for us to chat maybe once a day, just to check in, how you're doing, and we can talk about whatever you'd like to, because must be hard on you having been with folks that you could talk to at the assisted living, and then now to be kind of on your own in a cabin far from home. So I'd be happy to chat with you and just see how things are going. If you'd like me to call, I'd be very pleased to do that.
That would be great. I think I'd like that.
Well, tell me about life in Houston. Did you live there most of your life, or are you from somewhere else?
I'm from a little town called Crosby. It's kind of built up now, but when I was growing up, it was all farms.
Right.
I was the custodian at the junior high school, and I did that for 38 years.
Amazing. Well, I have a son who lived near Houston. He lived in League City, and that used to just be country, and now it's all suburban sprawl. And people commute to Galveston one way, and they commute to Houston another way, and it sure isn't the same place that it used to be.
Yeah, I don't know, to tell you the truth. I'm a little scared of catching this thing. Maybe it's my time.
Now, you aren't ill now, I believe, right? You don't have a fever, you don't have a cough.
No, I'm in pretty good shape. I do have blood pressure medication, and I have to take, but in general, feeling okay. Just a little scared and lonely.
Well, I think with your physical distancing and the fact that you're staying away from people, that's no fun. And, it's no fun to be alone and not have too many people to talk to. On the other hand, there's a good chance you're going to make it right through this coronavirus outbreak, because that's how you get it, is networking socially with other people and being in contact with them and having the virus spread. So I do understand how you and your daughter decided for you to get out of town and be a little bit on your own for a few more weeks.
Yeah, well, look, I'm gonna have to go now. But I sure do appreciate the phone call, okay?
Well, Mrs. Woods, or if I may, Martha, my name's Sten, and I'll look forward to chatting with you tomorrow. I really enjoyed meeting you on the phone.
Thank you. God bless and have a good day.
You too. God bless. Bye. Now I'd like to do a little bit of a self-critique around Martha Woods, the 81-year-old from Texas, who was living in her daughter's or her cabin far from her home in Houston, outside of Houston. I think Ms. Woods represents the kind of person we're really trying to reach out to. She felt isolated, no question about it. She missed her assisted living. Her daughter was very busy, although she kept in touch. She is keen to keep talking. So I'm not in a big hurry to address all of her problems. We're in a position now where we can follow up the next day or the day after. She is an example of somebody who is up in her years. She's been physically isolated for avoidance of coronavirus, but she's also been substantially socially isolated, and that's where these phone calls can come in. So no, I didn't get to the topic of fresh foods, which I think she would welcome. I imagine if she had a dozen eggs and some fresh greens and get away from all those canned foods. But in reality, I don't fault myself too much because I was able to have a conversation with her, build an alliance with her and a relationship. And I think calling her tomorrow, we'll have a great opportunity to chat about the fresh foods. But this is an example of where we're trying to address isolation. Also bodes well for our ability for these phone calls to help ward off depression.